What's going on, guys? Brandon here with TMG Pits, and today we're on the first episode of the Smoke Show. We have our friend here, Marcus, with Wells Station BBQ. Marcus, what are we cooking today?
So we're going to be cooking a few different things on this new smoker. The first one is going to be smoked chicken with Alabama white sauce, also New York strips. And we'll do a couple different root vegetables that are in the winter, grilled cabbage, some grilled carrots, and grilled cauliflower, and also make a chimichurri sauce as well.
Awesome. So what we have sitting outside is our new Copperhead 60 XL. We did a custom built-in Santa Maria grill that'll raise up and down. So we already have it fired up, live fire. We built a burn box to the side of it, and we will be burning the wood down the coals and then shovel them out underneath the Santa Maria grill. You ready?
Ready.
So Marcus, what are we going to start with today?
So we're going to go ahead and make the marinades for a few different things. So we'll start off with that, and then we'll make chimichurri, then the white barbecue sauce.
So what are we going to start with?
So first we'll start off with chopping some garlic for the marinade, and we'll use this mortar and pestle here. If you don't have it, obviously you can just chop it yourself, but we'll put like 3 cloves, 4 cloves of garlic, however garlic you like it. We'll just smash it in here a little bit.
So what are we looking for here?
Just chopped up. I mean, it doesn't have to be super minced up because it's just going to be a marinade for a few different vegetables, and we might use it on the steak, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy because all that floral notes are actually from like the moisture of the garlic, so we'll be good on that. Then we'll add some parsley in here. I'll actually chop this up because I don't want to make it into a paste. So a good rule of thumb when you cut stuff is like make a fist like this, so the knife actually rubs on your knuckles, so we're not cutting any fingers off here.
Looks like you've done this a time or two.
A little bit. A little rough chop, nothing. I mean, we're just making a marinade, so it doesn't have to be super precise here. We're just trying to get some flavor into some of these vegetables.
Awesome. So about how much was this?
I would say roughly a cup. Now, marinades don't have to be exact. So if you don't like a lot of parsley, you can obviously use stuff like oregano or thyme. I really like thyme a lot, so we'll add that in here as well. So that'll be a good bit right there. So we'll add that in here. Then we'll do a little bit of rosemary. So rosemary is very strong, so you don't have to add that much. I say roughly a tablespoon. Same thing, don't have to be precise, doesn't have to be super chopped up. I'm just trying to get some flavor in here. So this is oregano. I'll do about a tablespoon of that as well.
Yeah, I've noticed you're really using your measurements here.
No, not for marinades, not at all. Cooking doesn't have to be complicated. Some thyme. I'll do a couple tablespoons of thyme. I really like thyme, it's very mild.
And this is for the vegetables?
Yeah, we'll do it for the vegetables and the steaks.
And the steak. So, do you know roughly how many we're cooking today?
I think we're doing 6 New York strips, and we'll do 2 whole chickens we'll break down into pieces, and we'll show you all how to do that here shortly. You can use olive oil, you can use any sort of neutral oil, so grapeseed's really good, canola will be fine, peanut. Just add that in there. So it'll be good. Then we'll add some red chili flakes. So this is optional, but I like a little heat in my food, so I'll add some chili flakes in here. And this will be the marinade for a couple vegetables and the steaks. Cabbage is about the only thing besides the cauliflower we'll really break down, because when you grill stuff you want to kind of leave it as big as possible so it doesn't fall through your grates. If it breaks, it's fine. We're just want to try to get big chunks as possible. So carrots we just leave whole. You can obviously cut this part off, but it just kind of looks nice. We'll just take some of this marinade we made, just sprinkle it on there. Just kind of roll them around a little bit, just to get them tossed up in there. Next we'll just use some salt, some fresh pepper. So we'll use a little bit of coriander on there. Next we'll do the cauliflower. Cauliflower, same thing. We will toss in this marinade, salt, pepper. Just kind of rub them in there. Also, this fat will also, from the oil, will also help the vegetables caramelize a little better too. So when you season stuff, you want to season kind of higher, and it makes it a little even distribution on your meats or vegetables. Because if you season too close, it's very direct, versus if you season high, kind of like Salt Bae. That's why he does it so high.
Okay guys, I'm back. Just got the grill fired up. She's ready to go. Marcus, what do you need help with?
Let's season this up. So cabbage needs some time to break down. So we'll throw some salt on there and then we'll start leaching out some of the water.
Okay.
Say about 3 tablespoons of salt, roughly.
I see you got the carrots done.
Got the carrots done. Let's do some pepper. Do about 2 tablespoons.
A little bit more then.
Yeah. And we'll let this sit for about 30 minutes to an hour before we'll grill it. I like doing grilled onions for a bunch of different things, so I like making a grilled onion vinaigrette, grilled onions for steaks, what have you. So just cut them in the big rings, about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch thick is fine. Then we'll use a little bit of oil so the seasoning will sit, and we'll just salt and pepper. So same thing on this side, just use a little oil here, and I'll toss them. I'll let Brandon season those. Just some salt and pepper, and we're actually going to smoke these, and we'll season them or toss them in some sour cream and grilled onions later.
Awesome. I don't know if I've ever had smoked potatoes.
We're going to today, but
I see that. I see that.
about 2 cups of parsley. I'm gonna chop this pretty fine. You can also make this the day before. So where's this smoker going, Brandon?
This smoker is going out to California. Basically, we were going to go ahead and run all the tests on it today. This is our first Santa Maria that we built inside of a smoker, which is kind of unique. Haven't really seen that much, so we wanted to test it, fire it up, get it really hot. We had it up to about 450 degrees earlier as an actual smoker to help bake on the clear. And at that point, we ran through everything. It all worked at that temperature. So we brought it back down. Opened up the hot box, which we're using for a burn box now. We made a plate that goes on the bottom so we can put wood in it, let it burn, let the coals fall through, and then once they fall through, take and shovel them back in underneath the Santa Maria grill. It's a really fun style way of cooking. You and a few friends out there, obviously usually with a few cold drinks in your hands, friends, family members, shoveling the coal, getting your little workout in, sweating it up, but it's a fun way to do it.
Right on. So I just chopped up about 1/2 cup of oregano. Next we'll do some garlic. And just smash it. Then we'll mince it up pretty fine. Probably about 3 cloves. So there's a couple of different ways. You can do fresh raw garlic like this, or you can also do roasted garlic, which I like a lot too, because you can also use the oil you roasted in as the oil for that marinade. It just gives it another complex flavor.
So have you ever used a Santa Maria style grill?
I believe I have once.
Because I know at one point, I think, weren't you in a kitchen with...
Yeah, so a kitchen in Atlanta actually had multiple Santa Maria style grills. So they're a lot of fun. So for example, if you build your fire up too much, you don't have to mess with the fire. You kind of just move the grates or vice versa. So it's fun to play with. And also the grates are different than the normal traditional grill you're used to, which are kind of like a V shape, which helps with less flare-ups. So not as much grease will drop down into the actual fire to cause flare-ups, which is kind of nice.
It is, and that's something we did. We use what we call angle iron, and it is, go ahead, go where you need, but it's slanted down to one side with a grease trap that runs it over, so we can kind of control some of the grease. It won't get all of it, but a lot of it to keep those flare-ups down.
Cool, so next we'll add about 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, add about 1 cup of olive oil. So we'll add about 1.5 teaspoons of red chili flakes. Actual pickle vinegar actually, which I am going to add this in here just a touch. So about 1 teaspoon. If you don't have that, it's just kind of my little flair on this. Then we'll also add a juice of 1 lemon. Then we'll let that sit for a little bit. Then I'll add 1 cup of, or 1/2 cup of water. And just add some salt. And a little bit of pepper. And we'll just kind of let that hang out for a little bit. Make white barbecue sauce. So it originated in Alabama by Big Bob Gibson. So there's a lot of different variation. Obviously his is unique to him, mine is unique to me. So I'm going to share my recipe with you all. So first we'll start off with mayo. So it's actually white barbecue because it's made with mayonnaise. So we're going to get 2 cups of mayo. 1. Next we'll add half a cup of cider vinegar. Juice of 1 lemon. Then you can use hot sauce, but I make my own pepper vinegar in the summer, so I'm going to use a couple teaspoons of that. Little drops here. Then 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. The mince of 1 garlic. So mince is just very fine, almost like a paste. So we got to chop this one up quite a bit. So after you get it chopped a little bit, you actually can turn your knife sideways and almost like smash it. And just kind of rock the boat back and forth. And it'll turn it into a paste. You just scrape it up with your knife there. Then 1 tablespoon of black pepper. 1 tablespoon of salt. 1.5 teaspoons of smoked paprika, but if you want to smoke, obviously you can use regular. Then 1/4 teaspoon of chipotle. So if you don't have chipotle, obviously you can use cayenne peppers fine, red chili flakes, or any sort of other chili powder you have that's spicy. Then 1.5 teaspoons of chili flake. Then 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. You can use honey as well. Sorghum be a cool one to use. I like using sorghum a lot in my barbecue. Then we'll add a tablespoon of horseradish. So that's all that goes in here, and we're going to just whisk it up. It will look really loose at first, but as it sits in the refrigerator, it will tighten up a little bit because of the mayonnaise. And there we go, there's a white barbecue sauce. All right, so now we're going to season up the meat. We got some New York strips here, so we're just going to season it simply with salt and pepper. Next, we'll break down a couple chickens here. So buying a whole chicken is really nice because not only it's a lot cheaper, but you also get the bodies where you can make chicken broth, chicken stock, what have you. So I always do breast side up, and we'll break right into these thighs right here. And chicken has a seam, so let the knife and let the chicken do the work for you. So when you get to this part right here, you can see it hanging, and you'll just pop you can hear it pop right there. And you just follow through right here. Same thing this side.
Okay guys, we're live outside now. We're back at it. This is a 60-inch Copperhead. It's 30 inches deep. We call it the XL. We did Lambo doors on it where it pops up on both sides. The reason for that is that's going to let the grill grate come all the way up. Marcus, you want to demonstrate how the grate works? So guys, now you see the grate's up. It is slanted to one side for the grease to run down. We have another grease drain here to go this side to dump into our grease valve down here. This has been fired up for a little while, and it is extremely hot. As you can see, we got some coals down there, but here's the base idea of this. Live fire in here. Now, usually you guys see our cooking grates in here. This is still possible. We have the regular plate in here that's been pulled out, but you can put it back in and use it for our regular hot box where you can smoke in it, grill in it, warm in it, everything we can do there. On this customer though, we're thinking, how can we make this really cool since we went ahead and kind of pulled the stops out and did a Santa Maria grill? Well, the idea was, let's do live fire in here, let the coals drop down. You guys want to come on around here? So now, as the coals drop down, we can shovel them up, and throw them under our Santa Maria grill. And now we're back to live fire cooking. Really cool, really fun. Obviously it's winter right now, but in the summer I can see us out here with a bunch of friends, family, and obviously there's a lot of people here today anyway. But doing this, Oh yeah, here's the sizzle. So it would be possible too if we wanted to. We can obviously still smoke in this smoker. It is set up for that. This is just kind of an addition we did. Really cool setup. We're really happy about it because it's worked great all day today. But now we get the opportunity to actually cook on it and enjoy kind of the fruit of our labor. Yeah, for sure, 100%. And so if it was too hot, we could raise the grate up. If it's not hot enough, we can go down with it. That's how we're going to control the temperature on everything we're cooking today.
All the veggies are going on first. Yeah, so one cool thing about cooking with a Santa Maria or open fire in general is you can use the coals. So one way is a whole onion, instead of peeling it, just throw it straight in the coals. I've done whole carrots in there, but today we're going to throw some marble potatoes in some aluminum foil with some garlic and stuff. We're just going to throw it straight in the coals. And Brandon's going to cover that with coals too. It's going to act like an oven for these potatoes. You can also actually cook, if you have red, real hot coals, you can actually sear steaks on there. So a lot of people that like black and blue steaks, big, thick New York strip or ribeyes, you can actually just cook them directly on the coals. And it's not going to get it ashy or dirty because the coals are super hot, so it's not just going to cause soot on them. So those potatoes are made, marble potatoes, maybe take 20-30 minutes. And you can also do this with just regular russet potatoes. We'll lower it back down to get these other vegetables going here.
Man, that's looking good.
Next up, we need to add some more coals before you throw the meat on. Keep it on that right side. Yeah.
I got some more for you.
That's what you want to hear right there, a nice sizzle.
That sizzle, man. Man, look at those steaks.
All right, guys, cooking's over. We're plated up. So right here we have the grilled chicken with the Alabama white sauce. Then over here we have the steak with chimichurri, some grilled cauliflower, some grilled cabbage, some grilled carrots. We did potatoes in the coals and actually grilled some potatoes. Then we toss them in with some thyme and sour cream and some of the chopped onion. So here we go. Let's eat.
Let's eat.